Coming up this half hour on Spectrum News, communities throughout the capital region are constantly battling to keep harmful drugs off the street. And now the Schenectady Police Department is stepping up to help. We'll have more on this year's Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. Meanwhile, honoring the life and legacy of a former Albany police detective. Where and how you can help today. And why a number of shows have been canceled or postponed at the Palace Theater this weekend.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on Spectrum News. I'm Dan Bazell.
And I'm Terry Stackhouse. All today's top stories are coming right up after this quick check of your weather on the ones. The battle against the growing opioid epidemic continues across the country, including right here in the capital region.
There are a number of programs targeting the removal of harmful drugs from communities throughout the area, including implementing drug disposal boxes. The Schenectady Police Department introduced new disposal boxes earlier this week and are highlighting their importance this weekend by participating in Drug Take-Back Day.
Studies show the majority of abused prescription drugs are taken from family and friends. Last year, more than 40,000 pounds of prescription drugs were collected in New York State alone.
Tomorrow's Drug Take-Back Day will run from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
An arrest in Johnstown as Fulton County Sheriff's investigators accuse a man of raping a victim less than 13 years old. 19-year-old Tyler Benton faces a charge of first-degree rape. Investigators say the incident happened in the town at a home on Harrison Street. Benton was arraigned and sent to the Fulton County Jail pending $2,500 bail or $5,000 bond. He'll have to appear again in Johnstown court at a later date. The man who pleaded guilty in a fatal shooting in Albany is sentenced before a judge. 21-year-old Trayron Palmer getting 23 years in prison this morning in Albany County Court. He pleaded guilty to manslaughter back in March for an incident last June where he shot at a group of people on a porch on Livingston Avenue. 20-year-old Equan Fallon was hit in the chest and later died. Palmer's sentence will be followed by 5 years of post-release supervision. Almost a year after his death, an Albany police detective is being remembered with a blood drive in his memory. Detective Jason Martin died after a battle with lung cancer. He spent 13 years with the Albany Police Department. Other officers, local officials, and members of the community are donating blood in his honor. Martin's family says that he was down to earth and would most likely hate having an event in his name, but they wanted to do something to showcase his dedication to the community. The event also coincides with Blue Friday, a day to honor all law enforcement officers who have died in the line of duty. A difficult morning for some in Guilderland today. 2 vehicles heavily damaged by a fire at a Guilderland apartment complex. You can see here firefighters working to get the flames under control within the Park Guilderland apartments. Crews on scene were able to prevent the fire from spreading to other cars in the complex. No details just yet as to what started the fire. A young man who leapt into action to save his father's life recognized today by the Albany County Sheriff. Sheriff Craig Apple giving a life-saving medal to Devin Weiss. Back in February, Weiss's father, Bernard Weiss, a first sergeant with the sheriff's office, collapsed at their home. Weiss dialed first responders and gave his father medical assistance until responders arrived and then rushed him to the hospital. Bernard Weiss telling us today how grateful he is for his son being there during his hour of need. Along with his medal, Devin Weiss also today received a sheriff's office proclamation for saving a department member's life. The family also got a check for $500 from the Albany County Sheriff's Benevolent Fund to help offset medical bills from the incident. $1 million, that's the prize for a Cohoes couple after a Powerball ticket struck gold for one of them. This morning, the New York Lottery's Yolanda Vega presenting 61-year-old Stephen Alinsky with a check for $1 million. Alinsky bought the second-place Powerball ticket back in March at LePage's Market in Cohoes. Today, he and his wife Barbara found out that they're getting a lump sum of $671,800. Barbara making plans to visit Poland, her homeland. The couple also plans to pay off their mortgage and help their children and grandchildren. Stephen Alinsky says that he is not done playing the lottery either. He plans to pick up more tickets in the future.
Did you have tickets for shows this weekend at the Palace Theater? Well, we have some information for you that you need to know before solidifying your weekend plans.
That's right. A water main break outside the theater is forcing a number of shows to be canceled. Last night's PJ Masks live show is canceled, and tonight's Derek Hoff live tour is also postponed, according to the theater's website.
Officials say refunds are available for those who had tickets. Earlier this week, the Albany Water Department said that there was a valve failure near the Palace Theater that required repairs and even led to water being shut off in the region.
As of this morning, the area was cleared of crews. We are only a handful of months away from the beginning of this year's Aurora Games, and already preparations are being made for one of the highlights of summer in the capital region.
Yeah, the inaugural all-women's sports and entertainment festival will take over the Times Union Center in August. And getting a head start on the games is Olympic gold medalist Haley Skarupa. She's hosting a clinic with the Clifton Park Dynamo girls ice hockey team, which she says is a step in the right direction for the future of women in sports.
The games begin August 20th, and tickets are on sale on the Times Union Center's website. We continue to keep tabs on Capital Region Girl Scout Sierra Recheck and her quest to break her own record for most cookie sales in 1 year.
Recheck passed a new milestone to end the week, surpassing 50,000 sales in her storied scout career. The 17-year-old has been stationed all week long outside of Rite Aid in Wilton, selling cookies to hungry customers.
Her goal this year, to break her record of 10,022 boxes sold in a single year, but she still needs your help. Right now, she says that she has sold just over 7,000 boxes.
Oh, just 7,000, huh?
That's it.
Let me put this in perspective for you. The average Girl Scout in northeastern New York sells roughly 170 boxes a year, and a top seller is considered to be anyone who sells about 500 boxes. If you're looking to fill your Girl Scout cookie quota, Recheck will continue to be at the Wilton Rite Aid between 9 a.m. and 8 p.m. through Sunday.